You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's South Park After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's South Park After Show.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
So everyone, just remember, Bing is for doing, and then we're here doing another South Park AfterBuzz show for, that's the live studio audience clapping for me. This is season 16, episode 7, entitled Cartman Finds Love.
Aww.
It's a real sweet episode. Aww.
Live studio audience again, thank you.
Yeah, they're really a really sympathetic audience, and they just love. So that's what's up. So, folks, I am John Barrett. With me, as I guess always now, is
Yes.
Kyra Batte.
Thank you.
I got that right?
Always.
Yeah, I'm good at this.
You are.
At saying things. So let's get into this here episode about Cartman finding love. Little bit of a misnomer in that title right there. Just the tiniest little bit.
Yes.
It's not so much that Cartman finds love for himself as much as for other people in some sort of crazy, what's the word I'm looking for?
Schizophrenic.
Eugenic type way. Where he wants to, where there is a new girl in town. She happens to be black, and Cartman's first instinct when they meet her is to set her up with Token, who, as we all know, was once the token black character,
Yes.
but now he has a partner in crime
In
and
crime.
love.
Since Chef is gone now, so
Yeah.
he really is the only character.
But now
Wait, is his name Token?
his name's Token.
You see, I don't watch South Park like you guys watch it, and you guys are drawing me into it, the whole thing, but his name is Token, because why?
Because he is a token black character.
So this is what kind of show this is, a show that they just know politically correct, they just do what they want, right?
Oh,
Precisely.
they do exactly what they want, and they don't answer to your political correctness.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just interested of what I'd get into when I watch it, because I was on our YouTube page and our iTunes page, and I'm like realizing all the comments that they write about iTunes. So I'm like, I'm now getting why people say what they say, because this is, edgy's not even the word, I guess.
No, it's if you're not ready for it, it could be outright offensive to certain people.
Absolutely. Especially if you're Jewish.
Oh,
Watch
boy.
out.
Yeah. Although, in fairness, the creators themselves, or I believe either Matt or Trey, is Jewish.
So there you go.
So-
You're allowed to poke fun at
Yeah,
yourself.
Can't be racist if you're racist against everybody, I guess. is sort
That's
of
right.
the-
An equal opportunist.
It was just shocking a little bit to me. Wasn't ready for all those comments, but we do always, of course, at AfterBuzz appreciate all sorts of comments on our iTunes page about what John and Kyra say, and rate the show, because that helps out AfterBuzz, so we could continue to talk about this. What you said could be a downright offensive show, I guess.
That's right.
Is.
And tell your
Yes.
friends about us.
Yeah, and tell them to also rate and comment and talk about how racist South Park is and complain about how much we apologize for it. That's what you got to do for us, because we do this for you. All right, so we got Cartman acting as a little bit of a matchmaker in this here episode.
Surprising, actually.
Yeah,
Were you surprised?
'cause, I was a little bit surprised. There was a hint of it where he's like, all right, whoever she likes most is going to get her. because obviously the first thing when there's a new girl is, all right, who's got dibs?
Of course.
I mean, we all went to high school. We know how it works. The amount of time, I just want to say before we get too far into this, the amount of times that my notes are just, Jesus, Cartman, a lot on this, because Cartman, like I implied earlier, is basically completely opposed to race mixing.
Yes.
And it leads to him locking the new black girl in the boys' locker room with the old black boy. And
Yes.
basically forces them to become a couple.
Yes. He even put massage oil.
That's right. Oh my God. I think the biggest moment, the moment where I dug my pen into the paper the hardest with my Jesus Cartman, was when I saw the spread that he had laid out for them. And it was board games, massage oil, like crudités or whatever to eat, and then sitting on ice in the middle. And I don't even think they touched on this, was a bottle of grape soda.
Well, they are like what, in 4th grade?
Yeah,
So.
but what I'm getting at is this is more in line with their being completely politically incorrect on there. But again, we apologize for it, folks.
That's South Park.
We don't write it.
That's why we watch it.
That's right. Right, because we're not racist. We just think it's awesome. I mean funny. Funny.
Or both.
But it's really bizarre because Cartman seems to be compelled to be something of a matchmaker by his Cupid Cartman,
Cupid me.
which disturbing little image right there.
Right.
Because it's just this fat little Cartman flying above Cartman's head with his wiener just chilling. Just straight wiener action going on. Which they've
was
done
surprised,
before.
yeah.
Like, we've seen Cartman naked before on the show, and he has a wiener. But we've seen Butters naked even this season, and he doesn't have a wiener.
So it must be.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
they're making some sort of comment about
That's what I'm
Butters.
thinking.
Yeah. Ladies, look out for him. So I think the Cartman playing matchmaker and the sort of idea of childhood matchmaking is really well done in this episode. You know, with the, listen, can you tell this person that this person likes them? Or how everything started as rumors and, you know, a game of telephone about people liking people.
Yes.
And it got around so fast.
Yeah. The only thing they were missing are those notes. Like, do you like me? Circle
Yeah,
yes or
yes,
circle no.
no.
But that's
Mhm.
okay. Maybe
Oh,
they
man.
don't do that nowadays. They probably like tweet it or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, in my day, we still did that. And, you know, I'm
My
not
day, too.
that old. You know?
I'm pretty old, so.
I'm only 40, so it's like,
Oh, you're not that old then.
just, and like, I heard it through the grapevine. So who told you? Just the grapevine, which is sort of the way I felt about hearing those things. Because at the end of the day, I can't remember who told me that so-and-so, like, so-and-so girl version.
Absolutely.
You know, it was all just a thing. It was all just the collective unconscious. It was the
just
spirit of
know.
man
Yes.
is that we know these things. And then poor Kyle finds out that she likes him. And lo, Cartman turns him into a gay.
I was surprised about that one because I thought that would be the last thing Cartman would ever say is he was gay.
But you got to remember, Cartman is a crazy, crazy, crazy person. You can catch a lot of his antics on DVD on South Park. You go over to the AfterBuzz website, and we got a little over there on AfterBuzz. We got us a little button where you don't have to worry about it. You click that button, takes you to Amazon. You can buy your South Park DVDs or your theories on 8th grade or 4th grade gay couples or whatever sparks your interest about this in this discussion. Click on that little link. It'll take you to Amazon. You don't have to worry about anything else. It's the same as a regular Amazon thing, but they kick us a little bit of the profit.
John, you did that so well, but I almost feel like if people are watching, they're looking at the two of you and they're like, oh, look at there's John. You know, Studly looking John, of course, but Kyra's right there. I'm sure they wanted to hear those from Kyra's lips. I don't know. Can we work on that for next week?
Yes, absolutely.
Just
I'll
an
practice-
observation from back
my
here.
skit.
That's right. So next week.
But you did well.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, studio audience. You're the best. You're the best studio audience. But all right. So now we've got Cartman and Kyle as a gay
Oh my
couple,
God.
and everyone buys it. Everyone buys that Cartman and Kyle would date.
Who would buy that?
Who would date Cartman?
Number one.
Is the first thing. Number two, who would believe that Cartman, who is clearly the least gay thing ever created, would
The
be
least.
gay?
Yes. And who would think that him and oh God, yeah.
And he's such an unapologetic anti-Semite, although he's Jewish now, because he converted. So, all right, maybe this line of
it is
thinking
love.
isn't quite as airtight as I thought it was, but still, Cartman and Kyle doesn't make sense until we get to the basketball game, the little Clippers-Nuggets game, which would have, by the way, been an awesome game to see. And that's a great date for Kyle to have taken Nicole on. But alas, he's gay with Cartman, so it doesn't really matter. When Cartman sings that song that I forget the title of,
I swear.
yeah,
Pipe Boys to Men.
that's what it is. When he sings that over the Jumbotron to Kyle, I buy it. Man, he is selling me on his deep, abiding love for Kyle.
And Kyle is just not having it. He's
Kyle-
so pissed.
Kyle Broflovsky, you are blind if you don't see what's been right in
Love
front of
between
you
you
all the
two.
time. Because he loves you with every gay beat of his heart. Oh, God. And then also...
I wasn't sure that I Swear is by Boys to Men, but I'm going to
Oops,
search that.
you're right.
I want to
was
say
wrong.
it's All for One.
It is All for
Possi-
One.
Do
Thank
I-
God you said that.
Where's that studio
Fail.
audience to
Fail.
clap for me when I...
Studio
Yeah, studio
audience?
No, but I mean, really, here.
You're right.
I'ma
No,
play a
it
little
really
bit.
is All for One.
Let's play a little bit of it. Hold on.
Okay.
If this is-
I recall.
That's the song, right?
Yes. Yep.
Cartman sings it so much better, don't you think?
Yeah. It's like the same... It's the same with Come Sail Away.
Oh, yes.
His version of Come
Everything
Sail
he
Away.
sings is so
He's
much
just...
better.
His voice is so angelic and beautiful.
Like when he did that Christian
Oh, my
band.
God. And
His voice
they
is
just...
so beautiful.
Oh yeah, he really can. He really can sell it. So we've got Kyle and Cartman, and I really do think that would be a lovely couple. And South Park should explore that dynamic a little bit more, and maybe have them both actually discover something about themselves. You know, maybe get a little.
I always thought it would be Butters.
Yeah, but they've already kind of done that, and I mean, Cartman put his dick in Butter's mouth, and
Oh, yeah.
and then put Butter's dick in his mouth. So, you know,
That ship has already sailed. Cartman's over it.
Cartman's over Butters is, I think, the thing. But Cartman might actually be gay, and so I think they just need Kyle to discover it, and then magic.
Yeah, maybe that's why,
Magic.
Cartman always picks on him and stuff. Because when
Right,
you're little,
'cause-
you always pick on the people that you like.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
thought about it, but it's starting to make sense now, John.
So now the pieces are coming together. I see. You have shown your hand, Matt and Trey. I know what's up.
We already know.
So here's the thing, and they've done this the past couple of seasons. It gets, ooh, we have a phone call. Oh my goodness. Let's take that. Hello.
Hello, my legends. It is Adrian here.
Hey, Adrian.
I gotta say, when Cartman and Kyle ended up being gay, all that in a way, I would totally buy that, because looking back in the past seasons, they always argued with each other, and yet they're the ones that kind of made sense.
You know what? You know what? You make a very good point. They bicker like an old married couple.
Like the Odd Couple in a way.
Yes. It's very much the Odd Couple.
And it was hilarious when Cartman tried matching up with the new black chick with Token. At first, when I first started watching South Park, I didn't get what the Token black guy part means until I saw Not Another Teen Movie, where the black guy goes, "I'm just a token black guy. I just agree and die first." Yeah. And then I saw South Park where it's Token. I'm like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah. I remember when that joke finally clicked for me too. I was like, oh, because I was like 9 when South Park started, and I think it was like 11 when they bring in.
So that was before you were corrupted with all this.
Yeah, it was before I became a horrible person, which I
and
feel.
Ronnie, I'm surprised you haven't. I don't know if you've seen the episodes, any South Park episodes, or saw the comment, or since you read the comments and all that. Are you gonna watch South Park 2 now, or?
Yeah, we're all gonna, frolic and hold hands. Me, Kyra, and John. We're all gonna sit there and watch South Park together. No, I mean it's interesting. I mean the South Park thing, it's very edgy and they say everything. And I appreciate what John said about it. Like they make fun of everybody, so really there's no offense to be taken. It's an interesting show. I've seen a little bit of it. The what was it? The Jacking It in San Diego. Yeah, I saw. Yeah. It's a funny show. I just don't watch it all the time. Adrian, man, thank you for your call. We're gonna get right back to the recap.
There's one thing I could say is that we're in the chat right now and we're talking about the most offensive episode of South Park. And one guy, Frank, shout out to Frank, he said the one episode is about the Mormons, or anything with religion for that matter, is the most offensive.
Okay, because they just go for the jugular on that stuff, man.
Yeah.
There are no sacred cows when it comes to religion for them.
Yeah.
And I mean, more power to them. They're going to get a lot of letters.
That's right.
And lose half their cast.
It's such when they lost Chef making fun of Scientologists and stuff, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, all right, well, have a good night, you guys, and keep it going.
You too, Adrian. Thanks for calling. Yeah. And I think one of the things that goes along with the offensiveness of this show, and like the real crux of what makes it so offensive, is Eric Cartman. Because Eric Cartman has all of the bad things that someone like Archie Bunker believes, but he is 8 years old, so he completely lacks a filter, and he is full of imagination. So that combination of imagination and hatred is just, it almost too much.
Yes.
It just allows things to come out that you wouldn't think. And I think, and they've been hinting at this more and more as they go on in these later seasons, I think Cartman might be schizophrenic. I think he might be severely mentally ill.
Yes. Well, I got my degree in psychology, so all the symptoms are there. I was a case manager for the mentally ill.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So did you ever have anyone?
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
So, as someone who understands psychology better than I do, I would hope. What would be your diagnosis of Mr. Cartman here?
Yeah, I can totally agree with that. I don't believe he has any symptoms of paranoia, but he's definitely hallucinating with that. Like we had talked earlier about the stuffed animals and the multiple the delusions, and then of course he killed Scott Peterman's family
and then fed them to him.
Yeah.
So
that was not good.
So basically, in this episode, Cartman is visited by a vision of himself as Cupid, which is an incredibly bizarre thing to see, and definitely hallucination because they show him interacting with other people.
Right.
And what's more is that at one point he is so enraged by his hallucination of himself as Cupid that he beats it to near the point of death with a baseball bat.
Yeah, and Butters was just like, what the hell just happened?
And this isn't the first time, he did all of that with Clyde Frog and the other stuffed animals.
And he'd always
last
have
season.
tea parties with them and stuff like that, yeah.
And I think this it's a thing that's starting to build to another level that's a little bit scary. But also that he projects this, and it's so vivid of an image, and like the detail that he creates. They create, but he creates in his own head of this naked little angel baby
With a wiener.
with a wiener laying in a box after he has beaten it almost to death is disturbing. And I
Yes.
think Cartman may need help. What would you think? What is a good, in your opinion, what kind of help should Cartman seek?
A counselor.
Yeah,
and
he
some
needs
really
some-
good meds.
He needs some serious
He
talk
needs to
therapy.
resolve his daddy issues.
Yeah, I think
that's a big one.
yeah.
He needs to resolve his daddy issues.
Yeah, I think a lot of this goes back to having an overprotective mother who gives him everything he wants, and who is also his father. So
See, now you know why he's messed
yeah,
up. I would be messed
you
up
know,
too.
like I had my questions about it, and then I remembered that's right. His mom is also his dad.
Yes.
Which is awesome. Awesome. Also, the stray observation on this episode: the halitosis kids. Which is the charity that has a 3-point contest for at the opening of the Clippers Nuggets game, which again would have been an awesome game. Oh man,
Who do you think would have won?
Clippers, Lob
Okay.
City, baby. However, they have this girl who has the exact same shape as Cartman, but
Right.
horrible breath because she's one of the halitosis kids. Takes a shot. It goes maybe a little bit higher than her own head and then drops about halfway into the paint. And they tell her it was a good try. She cheers, and everyone gets sick because her halitosis is so bad. And then Cupid Cartman, which is, again, a product of Cartman's own brain, turns against him and makes, what is her name? Stacy Muhlenberg, which is a great name. Fall in love with Cartman. So,
See, his own imagination is even turning against him.
oh yeah.
That's going to be negative.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for your mental health. Speaking of mental health, let's hear that guy talk about his job on a commercial.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after-shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
See, I mean, I get it. I've worked in an office, and sometimes my coworkers annoy me, but that's just antisocial. And I mean, everyone should use AfterBuzz TV, but it shouldn't be your only outlet.
That's right.
Anyway,
We need more outlets.
a few other stray observations I had.
Yes.
They open on the quiet school, and just slowly Butter's scream gets louder and louder and louder, which is great.
That.
And the image of him just like coming down the hall and like turning towards them. Oh, it was so well. That was very well directed. Whoever directed this episode of South Park, good job on that. When the girls start chanting their little "You have a crush on someone" chant, you know, what is it? It's Nicole and Kyle sitting in a tree. KISSOMG as opposed
That's
to
a new one.
KISSING. So, what's up, kids?
When
Is
did
that
that
real?
happen?
Is that real, kids? Kids, that better not be real.
I hope not.
That better not be real.
And what is boneritis?
Well, if my basic understanding of medicine is correct, it means an inflammation of the boner, because itis is inflamed.
Oh,
Itis
so
implies.
you know your medical terms.
Yeah,
So he was an inflamed boner.
Which is interesting because basically a boner is already an inflamed
That's what I was
wiener.
thinking.
So, man, I don't know. That's like
a pretty serious. He must have
yeah,
really
that sounds
liked Nicole there.
Yeah, sounds like he was really into her.
Yes.
And with that, I think it's time to go into predictions. Now,
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
sorry, disembodied voice. I cut you off a little bit. But this is not going to be prediction for the next episode, sadly. Well, I mean, it will be, but unfortunately,
not next week.
Not next week because the season is now over. And I'm a little sad.
What are we going to watch now?
I don't know. There's so much time.
What are we going to do?
What's going to Anyway, my prediction for next season, and because they've dealt with like stuff like this in the past, like Butters has gone to pray away the gay camp or whatever, and Stan, I believe it was, went to therapy for having Asperger's, but really had depression.
Wait, this is the finale?
Of this season, yes. Of this, I think it might be.
I would have expected more of a song and a dance.
Yeah.
This is the finale. Okay. No, but the show was good, but I didn't know it was the finale.
Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. That's what I believe the promo said that, and I believe I've been told that there were only 7 episodes for this. But they will be back. I mean, it's South Park. It'll go on forever.
It's not the end.
I do
That's
think
true. There's been like 19 seasons.
Yeah.
You're right. We'll get 25 more. You're
Yeah.
right. You're
There
right.
you go.
It'll be South Park in the real world. It'll be the longest running
Yeah.
episodes.
Right?
Exactly.
After The Simpsons, yeah.
Yeah. But I do think something like this episode was way, like Cartman was way crazy. Like this needs to get dealt. Like they're gonna deal with it, I think, at some point in the next season.
Okay.
Any thoughts?
I think next season, I think they're going to keep going with Cartman's crazy rant. I think that they are probably going to do one of those shows that it doesn't star one of the main characters, kind of either stars like the girls or like Butters or something like that. And that's what I think.
Yeah.
What was the highlight of the season? It seems like, I mean, maybe just because that was the one
first
episode I saw. Oh, the first one was the best?
Oh my
Because
God,
I feel
it
like
was
that
so
jacket thing was jacket. I felt like that was so big on the internet, like, Twitter trending topic and all that. I could be wrong, but you guys watch more than I do.
I would say that song, that moment, was my favorite moment of this season so far. I
laughed
think
the hardest probably. at
Yeah,
that
that was when I was laughing that whole song. I'd say my favorite episode though was the Passover episode.
Oh, the Jubacabra.
Yeah, the Jubacabra.
Okay.
Because I think Cartman. I love Cartman-centric episodes that are like really specifically about him being a just sociopathic, deep down bad person.
Yes.
Because this episode, he's like his motivations are primarily bad because it's like motivated by his own badness, but he's trying to do something that he thinks is good. In his badness.
Yeah.
So that's the main difference there. Anyway, folks, I'm not sure when South Park comes back, but when it does, you can catch us here to do it. And then until then, at some point, I believe Wilfred's going to come back and I'm going to do that show. I don't know what's in store for Miss Batte over here.
Not sure yet.
But
We'll see.
you'll find her somewhere on the AfterBuzz network. Don't you doubt it for a second. Yeah. So, where can they find you on the internet, Ms. Batte?
Everything Kyra Batte, Kyra, B as in boy, ATTE, Twitter, Facebook, everything.
So do that. You can find me on you can find me on the Twitter at @JDuganBarrett. And until next season, folks, that's it for us.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.